Hello everybody and welcome to another game on the Rampaging Dwarf channel. Today we are going to be starting a new game with Gold Rush the game, and I'm sorry, no, it's not Gold Rush anymore, is it? It's recently had a rebrand. It's now a gold mining simulator. What that means is that I don't know the details on why that change happened, but what I do know is they've actually breathed some new life into Gold Mining Simulator. So we are going to go ahead and start with a normal difficulty setting. The only difference will be is that we will have a 1x time scale on this game instead of 12 times. So it's literally 1 real world minute takes 1 real world minute in the game. So now that we are in at the lodge, we are going to go and get a few story pieces. Now, a path I like to take is I go from the left and make a wide circle around to collect them. So the useful things about these story pieces is that they not only progress the story in the dig helper with a written sort of story, but they also make prices cheaper in the parts shop as well as fuel prices. Now that we've got them all here, we are going to get into the car and make our way to the bank to lease out the first parcel that we can do. So whilst we do this, we are also going to be talking a little bit more about what our aim is for this series. Considering making it more like a let's play sort of tutorial, because there are some instances when I've needed to find something, such as specific parts that break down. I've needed to be able to find out where they are and try and get that all sorted. But here we are, here's the fuel station. So we are going to go in and I'm going to show you what the prices look like at the moment. So take the nozzle out and put it in the car and it will show us. There you go, as you can see it's at $10.80 per gallon. Pretty high if you ask me. Although I'm from the UK, we have high prices everywhere. So now we are going to make our way down to the bank and lease out Old Arnold Parcel. It is technically free, however there is a parcel rent that we do need to pay, and I believe that is from like 30% of the gold that we get, if not including gold nuggets, is what we need to pay all the monetary equivalent. And as you can see there, additional provision of rent is 30% of the gold, all the money that we make, if we sell the gold first. And now we are going to go to the parts store and get everything we need here for our very first setup. Parts just here. So this is the parts store. This is where we get everything that we need apart from the heavy equipment. And as you can see, it's fairly well stocked. So the first thing we are going to need to get are these hog pan mats. So we'll need 4 of those. For setting up for the future, we'll go up with the hog pan and the pump, and we're going to get the 2 sluice boxes. So the sluice boxes are where the mats go into, and the water and the dirt that we dig and put into the pan all run down and wrap in those mats. So we can transport them like this, already going already set up, to make life a little bit easier. And with the hog pan, what that does is that we dig the dirt, whether it's with a shovel or with machines, and as you can see we just decided to have a little jump and get everything quicker. But what it means is that the hog pan, we will be able to dig up a lot of the dirt and then put it into the pan directly. Now it takes roughly 100 shovelfuls to, we are going to go get another couple of story pieces. There's one just on the wall up on the shed here. go, and there is another one just along the tracks here, and in the snow they can be incredibly difficult to spot sometimes because they kind of blend into the textures of the snow. And there's the other one. Now these ones I've known where they are for quite a long time because I've done first playthroughs of this quite a lot. So I've only got 177 hours in the game. However, when you consider that I'm a family man who worked a 9 to 5 job as well, that's still not that bad an amount. We are going to go get the new story bits around the foundry here. The first thing we do is go over to the farthest point, over here, and then we go round. So if you're ever unsure of where the story piece might be, just follow a little path like this, no matter where you are, and 9 times out of 10 you'll come across at least one. So there's one just around this corner here. Yeah, like that. So now we continue going further up. So what we'll eventually be doing is going all the way up to where we start to enter Old Arnold Parcel, and then circle our way back around. Now this is a fairly important area to keep in mind, because that grate right there we're going over is where we put in magnetite. Now magnetite is something that we can get a separator specifically for, and be able to pour it into there and then use that to make upgrades to the smithy, such as cheaper gold smelting costs, or make it faster, or reduce the amount of gold lost. So there's that one there. Now, yes, I was previously talking about the hog pan and setup. So the hog pan you fill directly, and the one we got has a pump. So that means later when we have the money for that, we can go down and get the water pump and be able to have that manually automatically filling whilst we load shovels into it, making things a lot quicker. And then all of that mud and water goes down those sluice box cores, and the mats trap all of the gold flakes in there. Now as we go up, as we dig, we will be getting more gold nuggets, and that will tremendously help increase the amount of money that we get, making it possible to get new machines a lot quicker and a lot faster. So we're going to go through all the stages here, but with one minor difference. Instead of going for the auto-filling hog pan, we are going to be trying out the mini machines DLC. Now I am a bit dubious about this DLC because there's a lot of bad things that have been read and heard about the DLCs, about it being extremely unbalanced and quite frankly a waste of money. I'm the kind of person who likes to make my own decision and not listen to ratings, give some stock into reviews, but only if they're not from somewhere like an official magazine, because quite often in the gaming industry people will pay for good reviews. And if you don't pay for the good review, you won't get one. Unfortunately, it is like that, which is why I never listen to official reviews. I make my own mind up, and I fully recommend that everybody else do the same. Here we are at Old Arnold Parcel. So we are going to go down towards the tent here, because there's a little area right there. That's our hog pan site. So we're going to get everything set up now. One thing that would quite often be the case is that you get the hog pan set up, then if you don't have gold nuggets, and you can see, carrying this thing can get quite tedious, to say the least. But as we get all of the mats cleaned off and all the gold into a bucket, we pour them into a gold mining pan. Give it a good old shake in some water to clean it off. And you'll probably see them in here as well. So that bucket, the silver one, and that circular pan that was on the table, they are what you use to shake the gold and ditch the leftover water. Now we are going to start digging and continue our story a little bit. So what you would do is you would pour some of the mining water with the gold concentrate into that pan, then use the giant silver bucket to get some gold all squared. There we go, we have a nugget. We are going to go ahead and hit it. As you can see there, that's stored at 89%, now 100%, and the next process we do is fill the bucket with water and chuck it in the pan. But what you do with the get gold without having a wash table or a metal processor, okay? You need to put it in that little tray, which helps separate the gold from the mud and the rocks, and then just keep everything clean whilst you get rid of the water. However, you do need to be careful because that water, if you tip it out too much, you can lose some of the gold and you won't get that back, even though it goes into that giant silver trap. There we go, we are going to just put that in because we made a mistake. Now, as you can see, we have decided to do a little bit of cutting, so you didn't have to sit there for literally, you didn't have to sit there literally for 10 minutes just watching me dig over and over again, just to fill these maps for the first time. Now, the early game of this can be very tedious and very slow. As you can see, we also made 8.5 ounces of gold, so that would just do nuggets. That's not gold or money that we'd need to pay toward the provision of rent. It's only when we decide to wash up the gold that we have. But what we are going to do now is we are going to head down to the blacksmith and melt down what we can into gold bars, then sell it and repeat the process until we've managed to smelt down all 8.5 ounces. We are going to make our way down to the blacksmith. A bit slidey. We shall show you the process there. We are also going to go the full drive there, so that you know where to go as well from this point. So, I hope everybody is liking the content so far, and if you are, please feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more, leave a subscribe. If you don't, then just let me know in the comments what you think can be improved. Any constructive criticism is greatly appreciated, as it will help me improve content for you guys. We just take this right here, and the blacksmith is just around this corner. Now, there are more story pieces here as well that we're going to be getting and using. As you can see, the marker has come up right at the corner there. So we go out and we look at the doors. There we go, we can get half an ounce. Smelt. Now, instead of standing here rating, there are some more story pieces than just these bits in this area we are going to go and find. That one. Now you see how almost invisible that story piece was. Now we are going to go down the road. Where there used to be one around this car. It must be going crazy. So we are going to be going all the way down the road to the barriers and then making our way back, as there are a couple of story pieces further down here and also in that totem pole area that we just passed. There's that one. Now make our way back. Now make our way back. Under the car. Now, I've played this game since it was in early access, and a lot has changed since then. One of the biggest changes was a complete rework of the workers, because when you previously ran this game, if you got a worker, they could automatically run equipment. So that means you could have the hog pan mining going whilst you're, say, digging out the main area. And that got really, really overpowered very quickly. For now, we are going to go ahead and wait for this gold bar to smelt down, which is going to take another 12 real world minutes, because I am honestly too lazy to go into the settings and change it. Here we are, let's give it a check. It's not quite yet. Back in a couple of seconds. There we go. Look at that. New textures on the gold bars as well. So we are going to take this down to the bank and show you how to sell them. So we do it in the exact same way that we did with basing the plot, although we just go to a different page, and you can even check what the current price of gold is, as it does fluctuate from hour to hour. So I believe it's a case of the more gold you put in and sell, the lower the price will become. Okay, there we go, that's another $537. Exit. So now we go back to the blacksmith and repeat this whole process, but I am going to be sat there waiting for absolutely ever. But for you, it's just going to be a couple of seconds. There we go. Check that. We've got all of our gold bars, and that took, as you can tell by the time, half an hour. Now, I'll admit I was too lazy to actually go into the settings and change it to 12 times, so I was just doing a little bits around the flat whilst waiting for that. And there we are. We now currently have 5,700 on, but we are going to be ending it here, and then we shall see you in the next video coming out next week. And I hope you all enjoyed. Bye bye. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Gold Mining Simulator. Now, as you can see, we've got $8,638, so it's time to do some shopping. So the plan for today is that we are going to look at getting a wave table, as well as the magnetite separator, and we're going to try and get enough money to try and actually test out the Mini Machines DLC. So we'll need a water pump, a mobile generator, because these things need the water and electricity surprisingly enough. We'll need the hoses to connect them, a fat water hose to pull water in from the stream, a few more buckets to make life a little more smoother, and some jerry cans to add into that fuel. Now, if you remember from last episode, we also need to get a water filter. So if you remember from last episode, we had got a lot of story pieces, and the total cost of fuel was $10.80 a gallon. Well, today we are going to go and see how much that has changed with all the story bits that we've got. So hopefully it's a decent amount, as we need to fill all 3 of the jerry cans, as well as the generators. We are going to load these up and try and make it all nice and neat. And another little trick to save a tiny bit of space is to actually connect the water filter to the hose, like we did with the hog pan mats. So we'll put that back in the cart, put the hose in. So what we are doing right now is automating the hog pan like we spoke about we could last episode. We'll still be doing an endless amount of digging, so that will literally be taking us possibly an hour to fill all of these buckets, as it's 10 minutes per 100% hog pan. So we are going to drive off and down to the fuel center. Well, you know work. We're going to go to the petrol station. So, how's everybody's week been since our last episode? And here we are. Oh, don't want to be doing that, because you could never know, you might blow up the place. So, let's have a look to see what it is now. And not drop it. As you can see, with the story bits, it's gone down to $10.26. Now, I mean, it always feels weird saying dollars, because in the UK we use pounds. Not the measurement of rate, but it's our form of currency. So it gets a bit confusing. We fill that last one up, spending all of the cash. And now, the water pump. So we have just under 8,000 left. So we are going to go ahead to Old Arnold Parcel and start getting this set up. Now there's no more story pieces on the way, so here's an idea. We could go take a look at the mini mining machines, can't we? Do you think we should do that? Because I do. Let's see how much they're gonna cost. And out we get. So, now this is the machine plant. This is where you get all of your heavy equipment, such as your level 3 and beyond water system, as well as excavators. And over here is the mini. Oh, we can afford to get it. You know what? We're going to do it. We are going to start with the mini mining DLC and finally get our own opinion on whether or not it's actually worth it. So we won't have to be spending. No, I don't want 12. I don't want 2. No, down there. Yay! Now we need to transport the machines because we can't just pick them up and drive them. It literally takes forever. That's not too bad a price, and I remember that the mini mobile, what should I think it was? It is about 900. So we are going to get that and then get everything to the parcel and set up and see how good or bad this actually is. So we shall see you over there, and so here we are back at the parcel. Now there's the mini excavator. It looks so small compared to the other ones. And one thing that they actually did in a hotfix patch is they widened this area so we can get the vehicle through. So we are going to move this over to here. Still not much by way of space. Now we need to unhook it, like so. And we are going to go ahead and get everything set up that we need. So this will need water, as it's got its own little fuel generator. Now I did do a test play of this, and I will tell you now, I am not impressed. I mean, it's introduced new bugs, like I had an issue where everything was floating on top of the actual car, and it would just roll and slide off of everything, as well as there was an issue with the actual setup and it not fueling. So we'll chuck this in here, And the rest of the issues you'll get to see firsthand right here. We'll just set these buckets up so that we can be lazy and just quickly change them. Now hopefully this should help to get us bigger nuggets as well. That if it does, that will be excellent. Right, now all we need to do is go and get the excavator and see how good or bad this DLC is. Come on, get out. Thank you there. We make our way over. Nah. Why didn't I just take the car? It would have been so much quicker. I'm such an idiot. Oh well, we learn. So there we go. So, now I'm using a controller for this bit, and as you can tell it's already very slimy. So with the controller, you can see that it's starting to actually pull to the right. Now this isn't an issue with stick drift, because you use, on an Xbox controller you use the triggers, so we have to constantly correct this, so they haven't even got the performance balanced for the actual driving of this machine. And for a DLC that you have to pay for, this is extremely bad. It's like, what the hell? What are you paying at? Still slow, but that's to be expected. We'll go into the castle here, and as you can see we are literally sliding sideways. And what's even worse about the issues that we've already faced within the first few seconds of getting on this is they've already got the preset for the small and large excavators. So whoever's done this has messed up. Now let's try digging. Now, as you can see, it's literally fallen right through the bottom of the bucket. This is lined up. No. Let's get this lined up and just slide sideways. And I am getting a somewhere. That was my bad. Still getting used to this because I'm not yet properly by digging with this machine. So we're gonna reposition. And we're going to try again. Let's check our lineup and we put the handbrake on. Oop. And as you can see, we've got a clearance issue. Now, if you're looking at buying this game, at this point already, I would not recommend getting this Mini Machines DLC. But with the issues they've got with it, and everything else, and new bugs it's introduced, it's not worth anything. In fact, they should pay you to play. As you can see, it's still falling through the bottom of the bucket. So we're going to continue trying to do this. But first, we should turn on the water pump so we start actually getting started. And you can already see we've got 3.8 ounces of nuggets. I've accidentally turned off the wrong button. Accidentally turned off notifications. I should be doing that. We're going to continue and get even more gold nuggets. The only benefit of using these to progress through to the next setup is the mobile wash plant, is it helps you gain larger nuggets to increase your gold output. So far that is the only benefit that I've found, and even the bucket on this is tiny. But we shall be back in a moment once we've got a bit further along getting everything we need. Well, here we are. We've been sliding around even though we've had the brake on. And I'll admit I'm starting to get very frustrated with the dimming thing. We've got 23.1 ounces of gold and an 82% filled bucket right here. One filled from the hog pan mats, and we filled one bucket in the mobile wash plant. So let's continue. You can already see we've hit bedrock. Soon we will show you how to change a bucket in this machine. There we go, hit 100%. So you literally just pull it out. Yes, that's what she said. So stick that down there. And we shall continue and come back if we get any more issues or glitches that you might find funny. Oh, what the hell? No, I'm going to have to reposition this now, aren't I? Yes I am. So we've got to reposition this, and in the meantime the developers of this game need to actually pull their finger out and get the job right the first time. Enough of this thing. We're going to go melt down the gold and set up the next wash plant system because frankly I've had enough. It's too difficult to keep doing. All honesty, do not waste your money on that DLC. Even for the increase in nuggets, it's not worth it. You just get more hassle than you should be. Here we are with our last gold bar. You can tell that we had to go get some sell some gold bars to be able to smelt all of them down. So we are going to go ahead and sell this bar and look at the next, either the wash plant or the rave table and magnetite separator to increase our gold earnings, as it were, and not have to do everything by hand. But I think the best thing to do will be to get the rave table and magnetite separator. So we're going to need a couple more bits for that as well. We're going to need a electrical generator to power them, as well as another hose because both of them require water. But we've got one and we've got the whole thing. We're also going to get the thingy, what's it called? So we will get everything that we need all set up and ordered. Pretty soon we'd need the fuel tank, but that there is the crop. I've not actually tested that out yet, so I might do that next episode. Or another episode down the line, just for a little bit of fun, yeah. Now we shall get everything set into... Oh, I forgot something. The main reason we came here. And the raid table. There we go. And we just all do it through here. Now we're going to get everything set up on the truck. And we shall see you soon once all of that is done and we are ready for the next stage. Cut the mobile wash plant and then I believe we shall go down to the fuel station and get everything fueled up, then back to Old Arnold Parcel. So we shall see you for the next stage of getting everything ready. Parcel. And snap! Well, here we are. The mobile wash plant is going to be going over here. Now, we're going to be digging roughly in the middle. It's a lower gold area, but with the larger parts of each parcel, you can get different gold yields. So sometimes you'll have 0 gold at the very top of it, and a much denser quantity further down below towards bedrock. Because, like with real world, it naturally sits and falls down, so rate, gravity, pull, as well as more layers of dirt and vegetation that rots and becomes in there and goes in there, creates a more top layer. So now we will get this set up in here. We'll use this as our permanent wash station, so we won't because hooray for laziness! Because we're going to need a splitter, aren't we? So we're going to need another generator to fuel that. So that one will go all the way over there at bucket. So the magnetite separator, the way it works is it uses essentially a washing cycle and magnets to separate magnetite, which is magnetic, from the gold, which is a non-ferrous metal. So that means there's no form of iron in there, making it non-magnetic. We're going to set that down there. So it separate the two, and the magnetite will go to one bucket, the gold will go to the other. And let's just give up on this whole thing. That's 3 buckets that we filled with it. I cannot be bothered with this machine anymore. This DLC does not work, it's too broken to be able to fully work, so we are going to go ahead and sell it. We won't get all of our money back, we'll get roughly half, but we'll show you the process of selling things as well. Now we're going to drive out of here. Now, even though it looks funny, we are actually going forward in terms of the motor and the tracks. Now, what I'll probably do is I'll revisit the DLCs as and when they get updated, because as they are at the time of recording this, it's not working. It's not working. And there has been a patch since now and then, so in a couple of episodes time I may look again at it, but I'll let you know how it goes. So we need to drive this all the way over to the sell point, which is right next to that giant dumpster. Machines like this and the wash plant will go next to the dumpster. Stuff like your generators, buckets, hoses, electrical cables, broken down parts will go in the dumpster. We will move this into here, then we will go and get the mini mobile wash plant and do the same. In we get and off we go. Helps if I don't hit that. So just go up and back it up to click it in. Careful not to fall down the hole. So we've cleared the bucket out. We do have a hopper full, but honestly that amount's going to be negligible. It's not really worth it. Right, now we are out, we can get rid of this useless piece of junk that doesn't even work properly. Now we go over to this computer console here at the cash register and make sure that we don't sell our jerry cans, because that would be bad. And there we go. With this disaster in mind, it's going to be an end to this episode. I just wanted to make a quick little episode to show the adjustment. And if you have liked this episode, please feel free to give a like and subscribe and hit that bell icon to keep updated for new uploads. And we shall see you very soon. Thank you very much, and bye bye. Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of Gold Mining Simulator. So as you can see, we've got a truck full of things. We've got a bit of cash. We've done some digging off screen, and we are going to get ourselves an excavator to continue in the next stage of the gold mining revolution. So we're going to get this small excavator right here. That's going to cost us quite a bit. We might not have the transport costs. Let's find out. No, we do not. So we're going to go back and wash up what we have to get some more gold to smelt down, and then get everything, get enough money to get the excavator that we need. So we shall see you over at Old Arnold Castle in just a moment. Okay, so here we are back at the castle with everything we need to start getting this wash up done. So we are going to go over and get the buckets of gold pay dirt that we already have. Oh, my idiot self left that on. So let's unplug this and bring it a little bit towards here to make it a little bit closer to be able to get this started. Or not, we'll put it just. Yes, so we can do it. We'll let's connect this up and then bring it all the way over into the river. Now, one thing that we've not touched upon yet is that in cold weather, especially at the start of the game or at any point in winter, the river can actually freeze, and in summer it can dry up. So we are going to move this over to here, where we're going to have the splitter for wave table and the magnetite separator. Once we've got all of this set up, we shall be back with you in a moment. And here we are with everything almost set up. So we're going to be lazy. So we are going to turn this on. Yeah, there it is, there it is. And now we're going to get the buckets to begin washing up. A bit of an unusual start to this episode, where we're actually doing a gold wash up first. But this will be our lowest yielding bucket. This is the one that we did by digging by hand. The others that we have there are the ones that we did with the rather frustrating and disastrous Mini Machines DLC. So we're going to wash this up and see how much gold we have made in the meantime. And turn these on and we will be right back. And here we are, just about to turn on the wash table, see how much gold we get. Yes, we did decide to live into our little bit of laziness and bring the car over. So there's the second washed up bucket. And now we've got our third. So see, for that message, we've got the notifications turned back on, but we also got 0.6 ounces of gold from the very first bit of digging that we've done. So let's start with the Mini Machines DLC buckets. See how much we get from that. And as you can tell, we've already got more than double the amount, and it's only halfway through. So what does everybody think we are going to get in terms of how much gold we've got and what our earning from it is? That got literally more than twice as much gold than digging by hand. So it is better in terms of using the Mini Machines DLC just for the gold output if you can withstand that frustration, which I personally cannot. So we're going to wash all of this up, and then I'm planning to go down to the blacksmith, smelt it all down, sell the bar, and get that excavator onto the parcel so we can start really making a lot more money. We shall see you when we are there. So here we are with our gold bar. That total amount got us a little bit over 6 ounces of gold. So it might not be the highest amount of gold that we've had from one gold bar with that 23 ounces that we did, but it will get us over the threshold we need to be able to afford the excavator. So let's go sell this and then go get that excavator and start earning a lot more money. So let's see how much this bar will be. I'm looking about 7 grand, not bad. Important thing is we now have enough. So let's go get ourselves an excavator. Now going forward, I've not taken any loans out at the moment. I've not rented any equipment. So I think a little challenge we'll set for ourselves is to continue with that. There'll be no loans, no renting. Everything we have will be our own. We'll literally own everything that we have on the parcel at that time. Let's move that over again. Move your machines. And we shall see you over at the parcel, getting started with the excavator. And here we are back at the parcel. We are just coming into view of our gorgeous excavator. Now, if you remember from last week, the mini excavator had a lot of issues with literally drifting sideways when you turned it. So first we are going to get this set up and set up the chain we need for the mini wash plant. Not mini wash plant, the mobile wash plant. Fine. Right. Let's get in here. So here's a little tip you can do if you find yourself running short on distance of your cables and your water pipes. You can hold down the right mouse button to basically pull in or wind up the hose or the electrical cable, give you that little bit more distance, especially if it's going over a hill or is twisting and turning. So that's what we've done, and now we'll be able to put that filter into the water to start processing more water. Start processing water to the mobile wash plant. Now we're going to go finish up the but we'll be back when we get all of this finished off and ready to start digging, so you can see it. Here we are in the excavator. This is only the small, but as you can tell when we start driving, it's not going to have that sliding issue which a brand new DLC had. It turns properly, because what you do is you hold the left trigger down to turn left, the right trigger down to hold right, and hold both down to go forward. So we are going to crawl our way over there and get everything lined up and start digging in the parcel to make a lot more gold, get a lot more bigger nuggets, and we shall see you once that is over there and we have started. So here we are, we've got everything moved over. We are just checking our distances, and as you can see that will be perfect for going into, and we are going to start digging. Now in winter you'll see the snow on the ground, and in that snow you won't be able to dig through it because the soil will be too hard. But as you can see, we've already got a large nugget, so we are going to cut over to a little bit further. There we go. We've got it full. We've got our bucket almost full. 99% will do. And we're going to swap it out the same way we did with the mini version. Now, if you get a worker, one thing that you can do is have them automatically change it for you. But we are going to take these two buckets over and put them in a magnetite separator. Helps if I turn it on, doesn't it? I'm going to turn that off, save a bit of fuel. Like that. And now we'll make our way over to the wash area. So let's get these two into the separator. Got a few there. As you can see, each bucket will fill up 25% of the total amount of the magnetite separator, and one bucket will fill up half of the wave table. So we're going to go up and wash this up, and as you can also see, we've got 25 ounces of gold nuggets through this whole process. So much better nuggets, much better ratio of doing things, and a lot less frustration. That's 71.46 ounces of magnetite on that one bucket. We'll put that in the wash table. And we'll fill up the other bucket, which should be 99%. There we go, 70 ounces of magnetite. Now, one thing we'll need to get in the future is a magnetite trailer so that we can pour it into the foundry to add the magnetite onto our account to start getting the upgrades for the blacksmith. We started off with just over 25 ounces. Let's find out. Right, here we are. So we are going to go over to the blacksmith, and we shall come back once we have our... So there we go. We got about 11 ounces off of the total amount. So we're going to go over to the blacksmith, melt down the gold, get more money, and do a little bit of upgrades. Possibly get the water pump and a water trailer, so that when things do freeze over, we'll have them available. Here we go. There's our shiny gold bar, and we've got 2 of them this time. So at the moment, without any upgrades, we can only smelt up to 20 ounces of gold at a time, and we lose, I believe, 10% of that. So the largest gold bar of that should be 18 ounces, and the other one about 9. So we're going to go over, sell these gold bars, get ourselves a diesel water pump, as well as a water tank and a fuel tank, so we don't have to worry about those in the future. And if the river does freeze over, we don't have to worry about losing time in order to get more gold on the first day, which we're still on because of the 1-to-1 ratio. So that's $40,000 that we have. Lots of money, and we would be absolutely fine. So we can possibly even go and fill up the fuel container. We go in here. Let's get the bits that we need. So we'll get the fuel tank. Now there's only 2 trailer slots, so we can only get 1 to begin with. But there is a little cheeky method we can use as well. But we need the huge water hose to connect from the water tank to the diesel pump, as well as pull in water from the diesel pump. You can also use the fat water hoses connected to a water generator as an added source of inlet for the water. So we are going to go and buy these. We're going to go pull out the fuel tank and then get the diesel pump and show you a little trick that I like to use. Now let's first load these up into here and then connect the fuel trailer to the car. Now, sometimes reversing this can be a little bit tricky. Once you've played this enough, you'll be able to get it in no time. There you go, all hooked up. And let's just be a little bit stupid and load up this. So there we go, we've got it all fueled on the jerry can in there, because I can't be bothered to wait. I'm not gonna lie. I can't be bothered to wait. So, back into the trunk, let's pull the fuel tank out. And then we shall go back into the shop and get that diesel water pump that we need as well. All of this is just stuff, as I said, to set us up for the future. And whilst we have the money, there's no harm in getting those future costs and issues prevented. Now we'll go over here again and buy that, so that's now in trailer slot number 2. And we'll go over to the petrol station, get the fuel tank filled up, and show you a cheeky little trick that we can use to move everything over in one trip. Unfortunately, there's no additional hitches to the trailer, so you can't transport one into the other. But here we are at the fuel station, so we'll pull it in. We might as well get everything fueled up. Come on, right there. Fuel up the truck. Fuel up the jerry can. And all this just means that we don't have to come back later to do it, or come back later to fill up the trailer. Okay, so something that you probably didn't know, it has a limit on the fuel line. So you need to pull forward, and now we'll be able to fuel up the tank. If I don't drop it in the meantime again. And there we go. 2.7 thousand. But we have enough fuel to last us a little while. Now we can go and fill up the excavator. We can fill up both the diesel water pump and the water tank with their generators of fuel. But instead of doing that now, we are going to show you a little trick to be able to get everything moved over all at once. And this uses machine shop. You see, you're not limited to only stuff in the machine shop to transport over. You can move the tanks. So move the water tank and the diesel water pump, and they're all moved over to the parcel. Let's have a look. The trommel here and these giant sluice boxes are going to be useful. But the next big thing we're going to be buying is that large fuel tank, as that can completely fill up by ordering and having fuel delivered. We are going to go over to the parcel, and we shall see you once we are over there to get everything set up and connect the pump and the water tank together. See you soon. And here we are back at the parcel. You can see everything's moved over into the delivery slots. So we are going to preemptively start by getting everything fueled up because it's going to be easier than doing it later. So, bink. And by the power and by the magic of editing, it is done in less time than it actually should take. So we shall go and fuel up the excavator now, and then put the fuel tank over to the side and set up the water tank and the diesel tank. Oh no. Well, this is the next thing we wanted to talk about. It's that little gear sign at the top means that it is broken down. So what happened is that I accidentally left the lights on and I have machine breakages turned on. That means the battery has in fact died. So we need to go ahead and go back to the shop and get that replaced. So first we're going to move the fuel tank over to here, and let's get the diesel and water tank put into place first. Good luck. So now we're going to start with the diesel pump. And hook you up and bring you over to where we need you to be. Now I just like putting them over here because it's cleaner, it's nice. Now reversing with these can be quite tricky because they like to try and jackknife on you. There we go. And now we're going to get the water tank. Oh, I overshot it a little bit there. So we're going to have to realign ourselves. There we go. And now we're going to put this right next to the pump. And there we go. There's our issue. So we need to go forward quite a bit. And try and push this back in. As you can see, it's trying to jackknife on me right there. And it's just jackknifed. So we need to pull forward now and realign. Should be it. No, we go this way. And straight. There we go. Now with reversing trailers, it is always best to go slowly. And for some of us who don't like, who are impatient and don't like waiting, it can be annoying. But it's the better thing to do. We connect those two up there, and then this doesn't need a filter as it has one inbuilt, or that's the idea I like to come up with. And just chuck it in the water. Now we can turn them on and that water tank will start filling as it is. There we go, we are filling it. And yes, it gets very bloody loud. So, now we are going to move everything. Oh, I dropped that as I was winding it in. So we're going to reconnect this so it becomes a water system going from the filter to that pump into an additional inlet for the water tank. I forgot we need the water generator to be able to do that. So we can go, once we go to the shop to get a new battery, we can get another one to replace it, as well as another hose. And looks like we don't need another hose because we messed up and ordered one too many previously. So we can go and connect this over to the water tank. And as you can see, it's powering through. So I hate how loud that is. Now, one thing we can do... Oh, I forgot about that generator. Yay! So we can connect this into our river outlet here. Get another hose and connect it to the water tank. So move that, got that. Pop you in there. Now, did we mess up and get two hoses? No. But we need to go to the shop anyway to get a battery. So we might as well go over now and grab one. And we will show you how to fix the battery on the excavator as well. Now another option is, if you've got the money, you can go to this tablet here, then you can unlock the equipment store. But it takes $20,000 to be able to do that. And with using that as well, it makes everything... So, one other issue with that is anything you buy from the tablet and have delivered is actually more expensive than going to the shop yourself and getting it. So, that's all hooked in. Let's think about what to do now. So we need another water hose. That's a no-brainer. But we shall see you back once we have everything. And here we are back from the shop with our battery and another hose that added to our water intake. And this is a bug that happens very often, is you can't have the hoses in whilst it's there. They have to fully disconnect it, put it in, and reconnect everything. It's a bug that's been there for literal years. It's frustrating that they haven't fixed it. It's going to show how much little care developers have done with this game. It's just not right for it. Now, we've got everything connected. Let's go show you how to replace the battery on the excavator. Now, as you can see, we've got two, so we've got one in the truck as a backup if we need it. Because if that truck breaks down, then all of our stuff is broken down. So we go up here. Got you there. That's the oil filter. Now, let's find the battery, shall we? Where do you guys think it will be? Because it's actually just over here. That little nook right there. So we take that, we drop it on the track. And we need the screwdriver. Sometimes you need to give it a crouch. So we unscrew those. And then move out. So you're probably noticing a difference in the battery colours. What that is the black one is the standard battery, whereas the blue is reinforced, so it will last longer if I forget to turn the lights off again, which I unfortunately do quite often. But that's all fixed and working now. So we are going to call the episode an end here. So we shall see you very soon. I hope you've enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you have. And we shall see you next week with another Gold Rush episode. Bye. Well, welcome back everybody to another episode of Nearly said Gold Rush. To another episode of Gold Mining Simulator. We are going to get back into it and do some more digging. I've not played this for a little while. So maybe a little bit rusty. There we go. I forgot to turn that on. So we are going to continue digging and earn ourselves more money. More money, more gold, more money, more gold, more money, more gold. So we are going to go turn that on now. Here we go. Zoom out. And we shall come back once we have a bit more gold to do. So, welcome back everybody. We have nearly finished with this last bucket. We did go over and put another 4 buckets into the magnetite separator. So in total we have done 8 whole buckets. And as you can see, we've also got 50... Are you kidding me? 99%. That's just breaking the teeth. But as I was saying, as you can see, we have managed to get 57 ounces of gold. That's the nuggets. So we are going to do a wash up. So we are going to go do a wash up and see just how much gold we've made. Then we're going to go smelt it and try and get as much lovely, beautiful gold bars as we can. Turn this on. So here is where we'll be setting up the final type of washplant that we can make. That's where we need things like the old Arnold trommel, the sluice boxes, and a dump truck and some hoppers as well. So it's all going to be good. It's all going to be good fun. Stop! Look. Then we've had the diesel pump running the whole time. And we've got quite a lot of water in there. I'm going to start you up. And move the truck here. I'm going to turn this pump on. Going to turn the generator on. Now we're going to start moving our other 4 buckets of payday. So one thing we're going to be looking at getting with all the gold that we have on hand is, as I said last episode, that large fuel container, as it will make our life a little bit easier. Pour you in there. Okay. Right. Popping you there. are going to get all of this flushed through and start getting the gold put into the trade table. See our account get all fully set up. I am losing my mind, I do apologise. We shall be back once we've got the final amount of the gold, and then we'll be going down to the blacksmith to get those nice, lovely, shiny gold bars. So we are back, we are almost finished. So here we are, a total of 42 ounces of gold, not bad indeed. So we are now going to go down to the blacksmith and get this all smelted down. I shall be a couple of hours, an hour doing this myself. So wish me luck, and we shall see you once we have all of our shiny gold bars. So we have realised that we've got the magnetite trailer, so we are going to go put this bucket of magnetite into it and then add that amount onto our gold. So we will show you how to do that right now. That is our bucket. It's got the bucket itself is 15%, so it won't be as much in this, so 2%. And now what we do to add it to the account is click this switch. There we go, 824 ounces of magnetite. We'll head down to the blacksmith and see what upgrades we can get, and then smelt those shiny gold bars. So here we are at the blacksmith. Let's find out just how much we need for the upgrades, because we've not yet had a look at those. Here we are, and upgrades. So we need 1,200 there. So we don't have enough to upgrade anything at this moment in time. So we are going to go ahead and smelt down these gold bars. There you go, can do 20 ounces and we'll lose 2 ounces in the process. So we shall see you very soon. So here we are, the last gold bar. We've got 5 out of that total. And I was here for an hour and a quarter, so let's go sell these and see what money we can make. Place your bets on how much you think we'll get. But pretty soon we'll probably be reaching a point where we don't even need to guess how much we'll get. We'll be able to just save what we have and not worry about it and just keep digging and making more. Here we go. What's this? So another piece we haven't shown you yet. Stock prices do change. So you can see they're receding, but we're going to go ahead and sell them anyway. And unfortunately we cannot mass select them, we have to do them all one by one. There we go, 100,000. So, what we are going to do is get a few bits. Like we said, we're going to get a few more buckets. I think another 4 will do. So we're going to start off with that. Now, open. So we are going to take a look to see what we need for the next system. I think the first thing we are definitely going to get is a big excavator. As well as the large fuel tank. And some other bits that we can keep in storage for it. Because prices do change as it approaches summer. They become a lot more expensive. let's take a look. First things first. These, we can order those. We need 2 of them anyway. We'll need 1 of those. That's 30,000. So already we do not have enough. We can get 1 of those. And what we can do is we can sell the small one. And this is one thing we'll need in the future as well. But we don't have enough to get it. There we go. We'll move the big excavator. Not the big, can't do that yet. So, we will go over and sell the small excavator, get the big one, and we will end the episode here. I do hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, then if you have enjoyed it, leave a like and So if you have enjoyed it, leave a like and a subscribe, and if you haven't, please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think can be done better, and I'll do my best to try and implement that. But thank you very much for watching, everybody, and goodbye. And before we go, there is our fuel tank. We are going to fill it. So we'll do half. There we go. And have a good day. Bye bye. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Gold Rush the game with me, Rampaging Dwarf. Today we are going to be continuing to gain more gold and getting even further. As you can see, we've almost finished this bucket. We're going to be changing it over like that. So what we are going to do now is take a look at workers. So this is something we haven't touched on yet. We're going to make our way over to the tent, go onto the tablet, and as you can see, it costs us $10,000 to unlock. We have one person racing who you can see is specialised in the hog pan. So that means he'll give a bonus work speed to the hog pan itself. Now you can get other ones. Some of the best ones to get are engineers, as if you get any breakdowns you can make sure that repairs happen automatically and maintenance reduces the risk of those repairs. As well as, in our case, if we didn't get a mobile washplant operator, they would automatically change buckets over. So we are going to go ahead, continue digging while we can, and then we are going to we're going to put another 4 buckets into the gold nuggetator and come back when we have got all of our buckets finished. So, welcome back. As you can see, we have got 19,000 gold just from nuggets in our account. So we are going to go over and smelt those down, see how much we can get for them, as well as take a look at getting a few new toys as light is starting to fade. Now, one thing that I'm considering, well, 2 things, I should say, is getting some diesel-powered trailer lights to help brighten up the work area, and then we will continue doing a little bit more digging after that. Whilst we move over, you can see that we've got our 4 buckets which we are loading into the gold nuggetator. So we shall see you when we have that shiny gold bar. And here we are. We've got our gold bar. We're going to sell that and see what we can do in getting those light trailers. Now they are somewhat expensive. I believe they're around 7,500 at the moment. But like I said in the previous episode, the closer it gets to summer, the more expensive things get. So our goal... Oh, crashed. No, bad. Get there. Yeah. So, we are going to go over, sell this gold bar, and then we are going to be getting the trailers and then bringing them back to the parcel. And once we're back at the parcel, we are going to move some things around and get everything set up ready for some more fun and shenanigans. One thing we're going to start looking at for the future is building up for the tier 4 wash plant. So currently we are at tier 3 with the mobile wash plant. The next one is a static wash plant, but it takes a lot of money and a lot of equipment to be able to do that. The first we'll need that static generator in the shipping container. We'll need the trommel. We'll also need duplex jigs, 2 of them, a shaker, a conveyor belt, and a hopper. So all of these things are very expensive. So now we shall see you over there when we've got everything set up and make our way back to the claim. And here we are. You can see the difference that the lights are making now. We've moved everything over, so we should start getting better gold yields from this area, as there is more gold in the area at this moment. There we go, our first scoop at full reach. Now, this is the large excavator that we got in the last episode. It does fill up 50% of the mobile wash plant's hopper, as you can see right there. So we're going to put another one in, then turn this machine on and get to work in filling all of these buckets here. So then we're going to move them around and then get to work on getting even more gold set up for the account. So what do you think we should do now? Shall we start saving up for the next tier wash plant, or shall we go all out and look at buying or renting a new claim, which will yield more gold at certain levels? Or shall we wait on getting a new claim when our gold production is much better with the tier 4 wash plant system? So welcome back, we've got quite a few buckets already set up. We are going to go ahead and end the day here because, well, we want to show you what it's like when we do finally cross over the day. Now, you've heard me mention previously that there is a rent on each parcel. So we are going to turn off all the machines and the generators, and you may have heard me mention it before. We do pay rent based on how much gold we dig up, and gold nuggets don't count towards that rent. So we're going to go end the day and show you exactly what we're talking about when it comes to paying that rent. And we shall sleep until dawn. There we go. This is the summary of the day. We've processed 2,139.64 cubic yards of dirt. and 58.88 ounces of gold, and that's just gold that we've washed up, and we need to pay $3,000 plus. This giant fuel container gets filled up from our order that we did earlier, and as you can see, one, we've got to turn this generator on, and two, the snow has left the ground, so that means we don't have to worry anymore about snowed over ground that we cannot actually dig because of how difficult it is. Now we're going to get in. We are going to finish getting all of these buckets. And here we go. This should be our last bucket that we need. We are going to process all this gold. How much gold do you think we'll get? And I'd just like to say as well, if you are enjoying this series or even just this episode, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing. As well as leave a comment on what you like the most, or if you don't like it, hit that dislike as well. I'll still see it. And just comment down on what can be improved, because that's what we're all about. Taking on criticism and improving to make it better for everybody else. I'm just going to move the car over, and then we are going to load the car up and move everything over to our wash up station. So we shall see you once we have our final number of gold. That again, tell me what you think of how much gold we are going to be able to get, and also how much that gold will be worth. Here we are, 51.013 ounces from 12 buckets. That's roughly just under, well, 7 ounces under what we made in the previous day. And here you go. As you can see, as we turn everything off, it's reached -4 and the water source has frozen over. So without that water tank, we would not be able to do any washing up. We wouldn't be able to run the mobile wash plant. So we are going to, so normally we would have to wait for that to be able to do any work on the claim, as it were. But fortunately, we've got that mobile water tank, so we can continue no matter what happens, especially in an event like this. So now we are going to go over and smelt down all of this gold after doing a little bit of refueling. So we shall see you over there. What do you think we will get in terms of money from all of this gold? So let's fill up this tank, just see how much it takes from the large one to fill this up from 7%. There we go, 100% filled. And now we can take that around for anything that we need, such as the large excavator, or later down the line, the generator shipping container. So we'll put that back onto the container there. And we'll move this over to where we want to keep it stored. But here we are. We had some magnetite left over, so we are going to cut over to where we are at the blacksmith to smelt the gold. So as you can see, welcome to the blacksmith. We've got some magnetite. It's roughly 1500, so we are going to go ahead and get the gold costs cut down for smelting it, because that's pretty much the only one that we can afford right this moment in time. So we'll be doing 20 ounces of gold at a time, losing 2 ounces, and we shall see you back once we've smelted all of this down. And here we are, 3 gold bars of a total of 46 ounces. So, how much do you think these gold bars will get us, and what do you think the stock prices will look like? Alright, let's go find out. And the gold at the moment is at an all-time low, but we are going to sell what we have now, but start saving and waiting for those prices to rise so that we can make the best use of essentially bang for buck of what we can get to put towards either a new parcel or the wash plant itself. So we are also going to be doing something special next episode. So but on that note, I do hope you've enjoyed the episode. So we are going to leave it here. We shall see you next week with Gold Mining Simulator. As always, have a beautiful day and bye bye.